Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. An update tonight on court appearances for two Elmira City councilmen facing separate criminal charges. Councilman Tory Kitching appeared in court today following his arrest earlier this year. The 5th District councilman pleaded not guilty to both assault and trespassing charges. Kitching was arrested on February 18th after an alleged violent altercation at an Elmira bar. And 1st District Councilman Nick Grosso was also scheduled to appear in court today to face DWI charges, but his appearance was rescheduled. Grosso pleaded not guilty to his charges back in March. Both councilmen are still serving on City Council and have their next court appearances scheduled in the coming months. Widespread changes are happening across the SUNY system. Big Fox's Josh Feldberg spoke with the new SUNY chancellor about the next direction for higher education in New York.
Today, SUNY Chancellor John B. King Jr. visited Corning Community College to take a tour of our local campus. Chancellor King was hired in December of 2022. Before taking over as SUNY Chancellor, King served as U.S. Secretary of Education under President Barack Obama.
Well, look, as a kid growing up in Brooklyn, both my parents were public school educators. They both passed away when I was little. My mom when I was 8, my dad when I was 12. The thing that saved me was school. School was the one place in my life that was safe, supportive, consistent, nurturing. And I want to make sure that our SUNY campuses have that same kind of transformational effect for our students that public schools had for me.
According to Chancellor King, community colleges like CCC are an important and underutilized part of local communities.
Look, community colleges play a vital role in the state's economy. It's often community colleges where students get their start towards a college degree, and it's community colleges where folks are getting key skills for the workforce.
In recent months, the SUNY system has made a number of changes, such as the relaxing of COVID mandates and making ACT and SAT testing optional for admissions.
We went to our Committee of Public Health experts who helped advise us on our COVID policies, and they suggested that we could make vaccination something that we strongly suggest, but not a mandate for enrollment in our campuses. And based on that public health expertise, we decided to move in that direction. On test optional, the idea there is we want students to put their best foot forward, and we want students to be able to share with campuses their strengths, what they've accomplished. If they want to share their SAT and ACT scores, they can and should, but if they don't want to share those, we will still consider their application.
Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Corning.
The New York state budget has yet again been postponed. The state legislature passed an extender on the deadline. They now have until Friday to pass it. Governor Hochul's housing agenda was a point of contention, but was dropped on Friday to try to get the budget to pass. Ithaca Police Department's acting chief, John Jolie, will be taking an indefinite personal leave from the department, citing a focus on his personal wellness. Jolie has been with the IPD for 18 years and has served as acting chief since May of 21. In late 2022, he was one of 3 finalists for the permanent chief position. When his appointment was proposed to Common Council, multiple council members publicly objected to his nomination. There's currently no timeline as to when or if Jolie will return to his position. Local herbalist April Hart started her herbal journey to heal herself when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. Now, 10 years later, she is helping to heal others. Our Maggie Hall visited the Bespoke Apothecary Farm today to get some sage advice on spring herbs.
Herbs and plants can have healing properties to them. With allergy season upon us, I talked with April Hart from Bespoke Apothecary about some natural remedies to allergies, foraging, and holistic methods.
So things that are popping up right now, one big one would be nettle. Stinging nettle would be one. There are a lot of herbs that will help with antihistamine response. This, especially the purple dead nettle, is really good for allergy relief, and you can just even take a bit off and add it to a smoothie, and that will give it some good antihistamine quality for allergies, seasonal allergies. Things like violet would be helpful. So, and then even dandelions would be helpful. So those types of things that are high vitamin and mineral.
Foraging must be done with care and precaution.
I think the biggest thing is just spending time with plants. You know, you find a plant, you find a way then to identify it, right? Always want to make sure you're foraging in a place where you know either what's been sprayed or what the soil content is like. So somewhere in the middle of nowhere is best.
April and her husband Bill are both herbalists and even provide consultations. The apothecary carries over 100 natural products, from skincare to seasonal ciders.
And then we do have a website, and people order online. We have a lockbox at the bottom of our robe people pick up from. We obviously will ship as well all over the U.S. And that's how you can kind of get a hold of our products.
Happy foraging and happy spring. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Elmira.
The West Elmira Fire Department will host a food truck fundraiser. The fundraiser will begin next week at the fire station at 1129 West Water Street in Elmira. The Firehouse Subs food truck will stay in the parking lot from May 1st until May 7th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. Singer Harry Belafonte has died. His rep confirmed Belafonte died today at his home in New York of congestive heart failure. The Caribbean-American pop star, actor, and producer was best known for his breakthrough album Calypso and hit song Banana Boat Song. Outside of music, Belafonte was a dedicated civil rights activist, participating in marches and benefit concerts. He was 96 years old. President Biden made it official. He is running again in a race that is shaping up to look a lot like a 2020 rematch between the campaign themes and competitors. Madeline Rivera has more from Washington.
This is not a time to be complacent. That's why I'm running for re-election.
President Biden officially launching his re-election bid with a pre-taped video released exactly 4 years since he launched his 2020 campaign. The president saying he wants to finish the job in a second term while slamming those he calls MAGA extremists.
Cutting Social Security that you paid for your entire life while cutting taxes for the very wealthy, dictating what health care decisions women can make.
His long-anticipated announcement comes despite concerns within his own party about his age. At 80, he is already the oldest president in American history.
There won't be a major Democratic primary, and there shouldn't be. In my lifetime, the two incumbents who got major primary challenges, Jimmy Carter and George H.W. Bush in '92, both lost the general election.
The president's re-election campaign sets the stage for a possible face-off with former President Trump, who's currently leading in the Republican presidential primary. In a new video, the Republican National Committee uses AI to show what they say the country would look like if President Biden is re-elected.
This morning, an emboldened China invades Taiwan.
But the president and Trump are facing skepticism from voters. A new poll shows most Americans don't support a rematch between the two. President Biden will unlikely be holding campaign rallies anytime soon. His aides say his legislative accomplishments and global leadership will be the best contrasts to Republicans. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Still ahead, we have your complete forecast. Plus,
similar scanning features that prevent strangers from unlocking our phones are now being applied to guns. I'm Jackie Ibanez. That story and much more straight ahead.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, heading into the end of April has been noting more of an active weather pattern. Even looking at our precipitation here for Elmira, over the last 4 days, we've at least had some type of measurable precipitation, bringing us upwards of that inch of rainfall. Now, we did stay drier today, still battled some sprinkles at times, some passing cloud cover, even some filtered sunshine, but know that we're back underneath some of that chance to talk about some accumulation as we roll our way into our Wednesday. Now, as we look at the morning hours, do note that temperatures are just about near that freezing mark due to some of that partial clearing that is allowing for temperatures to tumble into those 30s. So that may bring maybe a spot of some wintry mix, but with the spring season well in place, we should see that most of that melts on contact or melts within the atmosphere, bringing us mostly just showery activity to the surface. So we will start off our Wednesday underneath some of that showery weather. Again, not going to be talking about widespread downpours in place. So having the umbrella or rain jacket will be handy, but you'll definitely be able to dodge some of those raindrops as we stay underneath a gloomier weather pattern and work out those showers as we step into the afternoon and evening. Now we will be working into a quieter weather pattern with the high pressure system filling in through about Friday, maybe even extending some of that dry weather into Saturday, but we will end off April and step into May with more of that rainy weather on the board. So first, setting up as we head into our Wednesday overnight, we are going to see that most of those showers are going to be running along a frontal system, and that is bringing again some of that overnight cooling, allowing for some wintry mix. And then as we head into Wednesday morning, there's some of those sporadic showers, some higher reflectivities. They're showing maybe a few spots of some moderate showers, potentially embedded thunderstorm, but due to the gloomier day, the restriction of some of that convection will be in place. And then as we head into Thursday, we'll be underneath some drier and brighter conditions. So when it comes to the accumulation, pretty minimal. Again, similar to what we've been experiencing over the last few days, just getting upwards of maybe a few tenths of an inch. Some areas even walking away with hundredths of an inch, all depending on where maybe some of those moderate pockets set up or where maybe some of that rain showers misses out on a few of our locations. But either way, it will keep us underneath that gloomy and cooler weather pattern we've been battling, where we are holding temperatures again into those upper 40s and lower 50s, maybe even extending up to about mid 50s there for Elmira, Mansfield around about 50 degrees, Wayland around about 49. Now Thursday will be more of a spring-like day setting up where we have lots of sunshine in store. Temperatures at least returning to those 50s, a few 60s on the board, getting us near seasonal. But we'll note that we do continue to see those temperatures warm into our Friday before by the weekend we are going to talk about some stronger winds from the south that will be pushing in more of an active weather pattern where that 7-day forecast brings us back underneath that wet weather as early as Sunday. And then we'll head into that May forecast starting on Monday with more of those showers, but then those winds switching, which will bring us another round of some of those cooler temperatures.